Well.
What happens now? Should we wait for people to come in?
No. We just start talking. I just wanted to have a really avant-garde opening. Reese.
Yeah.
Where are we?
We are in my bed. We're in my bed, which is different than Kristen's bed. It's bigger.
It is bigger. It's a king.
I have a king bed. So it's pretty exciting.
Yeah. And move aside so they can see this beautiful display behind you. Okay, yeah. We're in front of you. There's Carol! Carol. Carol's ready to kill me because I've just been saying her name over and over again for
She likes her name. It's the only word she knows.
Is it the only word she knows?
Does
she know no?
Nope. She knows Carol. That's it.
Reese.
Yes.
I'm really thankful that you're here in this bed with me.
Yeah, I'm thankful that you're here in this bed with me.
Oh, this is your phone. Oh my God, look at that picture of Carol. Welcome to Getting in Bed with Kristen with special guest Reese Bernard.
Hi guys.
Do you know that we work together in many ways?
So many ways.
So, one way that we work together is that you hired me to co-direct a camp.
Mm-hmm.
Another way that we work together is that sometimes you let me write things for Autostraddle.
Mm-hmm.
One time we had a zine series together.
We did, yeah, called Better Together.
One time we spoke
Turned out we were better apart.
Yep. One time we spoke at NYU.
Yeah, that's when we met.
That's when we met.
Yeah, at a panel at NYU in 2011.
But we really ratcheted up the game on really, working together last week.
Yeah, we did.
And do you know how, guys? They don't.
They don't. Carol, do you know how?
Carol, do you know how we work together now?
Do you know literally anything? Yeah, we started a podcast.
We did. It's called To Ellen Back.
Yes, it's called To Ellen Back, and it's all about the L Word, my favorite show.
The L Word. Do you remember the lyrics that you rewrote for Be Steadwell for the theme?
I don't, but I know it had squirting in there.
Squirting is the one
camping.
I remember the
camping.
most.
There was squirting, camping, yeah. And we just recorded an episode.
We did. We just recorded Let's Do It, which is the 3rd episode.
Mm-hmm.
So this is a special Getting in Bed with Kristen because you're here, because Carol is here, because I'm in your bed, because we just started a podcast. But we're still going to answer advice.
Mm-hmm.
But we're probably also going to talk about the L Word. You know what would be a really fun challenge?
What?
Is that today, every time we give advice, we also reference something from the L Word.
Okay. I'd be happy to.
You're going to be much better at it than I am.
Won't that be... Well, I guess it's not a spoiler-free.
This is not a spoiler-free stream.
But I'm going to be gentle.
Gentle spoilers. Be warned.
Yeah.
Hi, Abra. Hi, Tess. Hi, Willow. Great name. It's been a minute since I was at one of these, but since they're earlier now, I'm usually still busy. This is perfect. Great. So glad to accommodate. Yes, we were supposed to be doing this yesterday, but then Carol was like, why don't you do it on Friday?
Yeah,
and we were like, okay.
Well, because you had an interview yesterday for your other podcast.
Yeah, but it's a secret surprise.
Oh, it is?
Yeah, nobody knows.
Wow.
We did a secret surprise interview for Buffering the Vampire Slayer.
We did a not secret interview for To Ellen Back 2 nights ago.
Yeah, do you want to tell them who we interviewed?
Yeah, we interviewed Guinevere Turner. She plays Gabby DeVoe. She also wrote for the show and has done like a million other movies.
She's the reason for the chart.
Yeah, she invented the chart, which you'll hear more about in our interview.
She named the show.
Which, was many hours on and off the record of just L-word gabbing, and it was great.
Yeah.
Gabbing.
Hi, Jeremy. Hi, Lisa.
Hi.
So this is the way this works in case this is your first time viewing. Maybe you were just waiting for Reese to be here, and now you're finally ready to watch. You can ask us any question you want, and we will answer some of them, maybe all of them. You can ask here in the feed.
Yes.
Somebody just said, "Oh my God, go fish!" Though,
Guinevere Turner. I know it was funny because Erin wrote like a really scathing review of Go Fish on our website. And Erin's my roommate, and I was like, "Erin, Guinevere Turner's coming over," but I don't think one.
Erin said.
Also, I mean, you have to. I'm sure she must realize that like that movie is.
Yeah, I mean, it was also like one of the first movies that did anything with lesbians ever. So.
Yeah, and it had like no budget,
right?
You know.
Erin said that if we needed her for any reason, we could summon her.
Yeah. If anyone has any questions about how to build tables.
Oh my God, fucking Erin just builds things in her room just all day long.
Yeah.
But also probably could tell us a little bit more about her thoughts on Go Fish, at some point. Anyway, you can ask us questions in the thing here. Or you can go to bit.ly/GIBWK. I think it's all caps, and that will take you to the anonymous Tumblr inbox. One of you just submitted something right when I said it. You can do whatever you want. You can ask us all the things. Oh, we're supposed to say happy birthday to Meredith.
Happy birthday, Meredith!
Happy birthday, Meredith!
Happy birthday, Meredith! Also,
Kat loves the new podcast. MJ, I watched Go Fish at the second oldest women's college in the world, and Guinevere Turner was there as the special guest.
She was great.
Guinevere Turner, lady about town.
We met her new dog. What's happening? Why are you barking?
We met her dog, Marbles. Carol and Marbles didn't love each other.
Carol doesn't like other dogs.
Right.
She doesn't like anything. It's so annoying because I'm so bad at being social, and I thought my dog would be great social lubricant. It turns out she's actually worse than me. So,
Abra.
Do we have the same exact hair?
Do you have Invisaligns on?
Yeah.
Did you do it to be like me?
No, I did. This is 38.
Yep.
Or I'm 37.
I was like, are you 38?
I'm 37.
I'm 38. Abra wants to know what food or activities would you have at an L Word watch party? Have you ever had an L Word watch party?
Yeah, I have.
Did you have themed food?
Oh, I'm guessing that we drank a lot of wine.
just wine.
Yeah,
if
you get beer, you should get Dos Equis because that's what they always drink on the show. So we had beer, we had wine. I can't remember if we had snacks. I imagine probably you would think like hummus and pita. Obviously, the pear-polenta tart is the number one dish.
You definitely need to have little figs.
Oh yeah, you need to have sweet little figs in a bowl. Always have sweet little figs in a bowl. Maybe throw some keys in there.
Yeah.
And yeah, I would have hummus and pita because it's a lesbian show, and hummus it was invented by lesbians.
But you should call it hummus and Tina. I've just been sitting here the whole time, like probably all of you have been watching me like blankly staring off into the corner, but it's just I've been. How can I fit a name into a snack? How can I? Because I did that for Game of Thrones, and my favorite idea of my own for Game of Thrones snacks was chips and salsa, which I thought was smart.
Oh, Kristen!
This is a show where I just tell you I'm smart.
I went to an L Word viewing party once where the hostess had made boob cupcakes and boob cakes.
Wow.
A boob cake, like, with just two boobs.
Yes. Yeah. Two boobs. That's the cake.
That's the cake. And then also the cupcakes. Each cupcake was a boob, too. So that's
good.
That's the thing that you could do.
Mm-hmm. When should we be expecting to see casting news and other leaks from the reboot? You talk to us like we know anything. Maybe you do. Do you know stuff?
Mm-mm.
Wow.
I don't know any. No one has told me anything on the record, which is annoying.
Right.
And also, it's like I'm gonna have so much anxiety about this show. I'm gonna be because because if they give scoops to other websites, not us, which is probably gonna happen.
That's fucked up.
Then I'm going to feel such intense anxiety about it.
I think that if they
give... Because I want to be the number one...
You should be.
...source of info.
Listen, here's the deal. If you don't get the advanced screeners for the L Word reboot...
I'll get the screeners.
What do you want? The scoop?
Yeah, I want the scoop. I want to know the characters. I want to know the plot.
And you're not asking to know before anyone else. You're just asking...
I want to know now.
But like...
I'm ready to know now.
But what I mean is, when is it time to get angry? Activate the internet.
As soon as if someone else has a scoop that I don't have.
Right. That's what I'm saying. So if that happens, then we all band together and we get mad.
Yeah, but who could we really get mad at? No one owes me anything.
I think some people owe you something.
Yeah, like my ex.
I could think of a few people who owe you something, Reese.
Girlfriend. Also, my ex-boyfriend who still owes me $300 from 2003.
Oh my God. Let's make it the goal of the first season of the L Word to get you your $300 from your ex-boyfriend back.
God. Foiled.
Hi, Shelly. Okay, so we have some advice to answer, and if you are just joining us, we decided that to make this really thematic, we would try to incorporate L Word plot lines to help assist with our advice when possible. Carol's also going to help.
We've been talking for many hours today, haven't we?
We have. I told Reese that if we were doing a podcast and a Getting in Bed with Kristen, that the podcast had to come first, because then at least if we were sleepy for getting in bed, we had a bed. So if we lay down, it's because we're tired, because living, laughing, loving, fighting, fucking, whatever, cheating, stealing. I think I got a lot of them.
Yeah.
It takes a lot of work, is what I'm trying to say. Caitlin has submitted a question. I'm a queer disabled woman with a degree in gender and sexuality, and I'm interested into breaking into the world of public and motivational speaking. Where should I start? Well, you know, Bet gave a very motivational speech in the second half of the pilot.
There is a motivational speaker in season 2. His name is Benjamin, and he has a theory of everything.
Do you think that he would have any advice for Caitlin?
I think that, well, here's the thing. Mm-hmm. I am not a speaker.
Aren't you?
No. But you are.
I am.
So I think this is a question for you. I'm throwing it to you.
All right.
Yeah, because I don't know.
I
try to avoid it.
I think that if you want to get into speaking, the best way to do that is to do some free shit out of the gates, you know? Like, because I found that the best way to get in the door as a speaker is to be able to say, like, I've spoken here, here, and here, or to be able to show, like, a video clip of you speaking, or, you know, basically people want to know that you're going to do a good job, and most people don't trust giving anybody money before they can see that you've done a good job somewhere else. Mm-hmm. So as much as I know that, like, you know, we don't want to work for free, I do think that, you know, reaching out to a handful of colleges and suggesting yourself as a speaker, maybe reaching out to people you know who work at colleges, making it known that you're a speaker.
Yeah. And come up with, like, a topic, like, I can speak to, and then, like, have a list of, like, 10 topics, like, you know, increasing accessibility in queer spaces, or, like, how to have a dog that's so cute you can barely stand to look at them.
Yeah,
you know, like, a few topics. Like, those would be my topics. My topics would be, how to make grilled cheese, but I'd, like, toss it. I'd have Heather be on it with me.
Yeah.
Or it would be, like, how to start a business that, like, takes over your whole life, and then you, like, yeah.
I could do good on that one too. I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. I agree. I think that
do one called Aging Gracefully with Invisalign.
So, but I agree. I think this is good advice, Reese, because when I am pitched to speak at universities, there are, like, 3 different things I can speak to. It's like, you know, being an ally, or, like, using social media as social activism. Definitely having, like, pitches is good.
Yeah.
And I would really, really highly recommend that when you get that first speaking thing that you're doing, whether it's for free or not, that you have somebody record it and take some photos and use those, and then put up a little website. Mm-hmm. It's not hard to put up a website these days. Just pop up a photo, and then you can send people to it, and then people just think you're so much more professional when you have a website, even if it takes 2 seconds to make.
Yeah. We're not going to tell you what service you could use to make it because they're not paying us.
I like, Cecilia, this is actually good advice. I like that you thought we were here to give shitty advice. You're like, damn, they actually can give advice. Oh, no. Don't worry, I'm coming down for you. You're fine.
I hope everyone's seeing your cleavage right now.
No, I monitored my cleavage on my cleavage on the way down. I'm wearing this is like it's like a onesie, and when I wear it, I wear a strapless bra, and I'm, like, super ill-equipped at handling myself in a strapless bra, so I'm always, like, jumping, and then all of my boobs just come out.
All of them?
All of them.
God,
I have a lot of boobs.
Yeah.
You're a little tilted up.
Kristen Russo, so many boobs.
I'm not great with the phone anchorage. You're right. That's because I don't have any of my gear.
The phone is sitting on top of 2 boxes I have full of, like, tax paperwork.
Yeah.
Oh shit! I have to send that stuff to my accountant.
Well, you saw it here first. This is what running your own business looks like. I really want you to. I want my phone not to fall, but I also want it to not be angled up.
I don't know. Sometimes you can't always get what you want.
Yeah. Okay, so shall we answer some advice?
Yes.
From the anonymous bin?
Yes.
Great. Let's see what we got here. How do I go from knowing someone through a college class a few years back to being more than friends? We haven't spoken since, but we follow each other on social media. We had really good chemistry, and then she posted an ad on personals, and now I am afraid. What? Your answer is in the question.
Yeah, just if you post when you post an ad on personals, you can DM someone. They're, like, literally asking to be DM'd, and also, like, when you put an ad on personal, I haven't done it, and I wouldn't. But, like...
Is this the personals, like the Her Story, or those personals?
Yeah, so like most people who do that, like they get a ton of responses, but because of the way Instagram works, like like DMs that you get from people who you don't already follow are like in a different box, you know? And if you guys already follow each other, you've got a leg up on everyone else who's responding because you're going to be right fucking there in their DMs at the top. And so that's where you just slide into their DMs and then you say something.
Yeah, slide into their DMs with your leg up is what Reese said.
Yeah, put your leg up and slide into the DMs and make a joke about something that was in their ad, like say something clever about it. Mm-hmm. Maybe something that also references that like you used to, know each other or whatever. Yeah. And I feel like you are in a great position.
A great position. Your answer, you've given us.
And they're apparently single because they posted
I know!
A personal
This
side.
question has it all.
Yeah, you know what you should follow is Personal's bot.
What's Personal's bot?
It is a bot that like studies the personal's language and then posts. It's so funny.
I didn't know about it. Yeah, this is great advice that you've given to yourself. You literally respond to the personal ad. This girl has set you up.
Yeah.
You, like, literally laid up the shot for you.
Yeah.
Now all you gotta do is dunk it.
Slide in, dunk it,
leg up, DMs. That's our advice, folks. That was good, Reese.
Thank you.
Cool. Hold on, I have to drink more water. The thing about Invisalign is it makes you so thirsty.
Does it?
Mm-hmm.
I've had mine forever now, so
yeah,
I
think
feel
it's
like I'm
just
on like year 3.
I think it's at the beginning.
We can compare. We can do a before and after of because the first picture, the first time I was on Getting Bed with Kristen, and we took a picture together, and we're like, and I look at that picture a lot because I'm like, that's how crooked my teeth used to be on the bottom.
Were?
Yeah. So we can do a real comparison, then you can see whether or not you want to get a care credit card.
Great, a care credit card. Okay. Well, thank you for that beautiful question, and you're welcome for our beautiful answer.
You're welcome.
Let's see. I am a 26-year-old woman who has never dated or even kissed anyone in any capacity, and I have a ton of weird shame around it. I think one reason for never dating is my own lack of confidence throughout my life, just never feeling good enough. How do I feel confident and start dating and find people who won't think I'm a giant weirdo because of my lack of experience? Well, Reese, what do you think?
I think that having a lack of experience doesn't make you a weirdo. Also, there's a film about this. It's called Never Been Kissed, and it's starring Drew Barrymore. And anyway, check it out. But I think that, I think that the nice thing about being gay or queer or whatever is that like, or whatever you are. Obviously, they said gay, right?
They said nothing.
Interesting. Well, let's say that you're probably queer, or
since
you
you're
wouldn't
here.
Be here. Yeah. That a lot of people don't get started on the queer stuff until they're in their like mid-20s. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And so it's not that unusual. Like, I think that probably like there's a lot of people who are in that position, like have probably maybe been with guys or whatever, but like it does feel like starting over. You know, like I didn't have sex with a girl for the first time until I was like 23. And then I made up for last time.
Right.
But I think that. And it felt like fumbling at first. It really honestly did. I felt like I had no idea what I was doing, and I felt really unconfident about it. But, like, I think that you also have to understand that, like, dating, like, sucks.
It does.
For everyone.
Always.
And so, like, all you can really do is just, like, force yourself to get out there and go on dates with people, like, get a dating app or whatever, go out with some people that you have matches with, have a drink, or a soda, or a coffee, or a milkshake.
And also, everybody...
tea, juice.
Okay.
Smoothie, right. Any almond milk, soy milk, cashew milk.
Don't forget about oat milk.
Oat milk.
Reese.
Corn syrup.
You are a person who has had sexual encounters with a variety of people.
Wow. I love where this is going.
I also, have had some sex. And
Here first, guys. Kristen has had
sex. Scandalous. And I just think, is all I'm saying, that I would imagine that occasionally, Reese, that you might be like ready to make out with somebody new or have sex with somebody new, and maybe you feel a little self-conscious.
Yeah.
A little worried. Yeah. I'm just saying that, like, no matter how much sex you've had or how much kissing you've done, usually when you're about to do those things with a new person, there's some anxiety on all sides regardless. And I understand that feeling like I've never done this before is definitely different for you. But I think what I'm trying to say is that the person on the other end is also going to be bringing their own anxiety to the table, or bed, or chair, or wherever you're
backseat of a car,
do it.
Oat milk farm.
But
airplane hanger.
I think we can just like call to our minds a vision of Dana Fairbanks.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Dana once upon a time didn't know what she was doing. She was nervous.
And like Dana,
and she was cute as fuck.
Was literally the best.
Yeah, she was real cute.
So hot.
She was like, I'm inexperienced and adorable.
Right, and her inexperience was like part of her appeal.
Yeah.
Who doesn't want to be Dana?
Also, like, as somebody who's given advice for a long period of time, and as I believe you have also given a good portion of advice in your life, we get this question all the time.
All the time.
So they are out there.
Yeah.
There are a lot of people out there.
You and Drew, all the other Drew Barrymores of the world.
All you and Drew.
Yes. So hopefully that helped you. Everybody's giving advice to each other. Yes, Shelly is giving some advice. Reese has left the bed.
Sorry, I'm back.
I'm going to delete this question because we answered it. And we've got more anonymous questions rolling in. Okay. How soon is too soon to say I love you? Don't say it on the first date. Don't say it on the second date. Not the third.
I think, are you asking how soon is too soon to feel that? I would say
no.
You really have to be sure. How can you really know that you love someone after one date anyway?
You can't. Well, maybe you can, but I can't. We can't. I think that, I feel like I usually tell people I love them after 4 months of dating.
That's 4 months?
Yeah.
That's a long time.
Yeah. You gotta be sure. Also, I've historically been with people who are fairly emotionally withholding. So I think that also has informed my timeline. Because I think I've always been the first person to say I love you.
Oh, really?
I think so, yeah.
I don't remember. I don't know. I don't think I've ever said it first if I wasn't 100% confident they were going to say it back.
I never gave a fuck. I mean, I gave a fuck, but like never did I give enough of a fuck to not be like, I'm speaking my truth. But I think, I don't know, what do you think time-wise? Like, how many dates do you think that you have to go on with somebody to know that you love them? Probably a lot.
Well, I mean,
we're very jaded.
Sometimes you have a connection with someone, that feels really intense really quickly.
Right.
And then those things are said pretty quickly. I wouldn't say 4 months, but maybe a month or 2 months.
Yeah.
I mean, I certainly waited like a long time in the past, but sometimes it's very quickly. But usually that's because I have dated people who are very romantic and yeah.
Maybe we should just date each other.
Yeah, that's probably a solution to a lot of our problems, actually.
Great. You saw it here first.
Me and Kristen are getting married.
Oh, this is great.
Are you
I have to get divorced first.
Damn it.
So, okay, but I have more to say about this question, which is...
I'm going to be really supportive of you when you're pregnant.
Oh, thank you so much.
I'm going to massage your feet. I'm going to bring you pickles.
Okay, we have this on fucking video. Does that require us to be married, or will you do those things no matter what, even if we're just friends?
I don't know. I don't want to invest.
Yeah.
No, I'll do those things.
I think that...
But not like every day.
Okay.
Maybe not the feet.
I think that another thing is that it's for me anyway, it's very easy to think I love you, in like a flash of a thing,
Yeah.
So I think part of what can help inform when you say it is when it's not just like a rush of a thing, but when it's like really present with you in a longer way. And I think once you get there...
Yeah, it's nice to make it a moment. Because then if you end up being together forever, which is impossible.
Yep.
Because there's no such thing as true love anymore.
No, love's dead.
Love is dead.
It's a lie.
Then you want to have a cute story about the first time you said I love you, I think.
Yeah, I guess you do.
Right?
Yeah.
You know what's weird, though, is some people I find have different definitions of love, like loving someone and being in love, Like, I think of saying you're in love with someone as being more intense than saying I love you.
100%.
But some people think it's the other way around.
What do you mean?
Like, I've had two partners who both said they were in love with me, like, within a week. Mm-hmm. And I thought that meant that, like, I thought that was more intense than them saying I love you within a week. But to them, it was not.
In love is more intense than love.
Right.
That's just a fact.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Love is dead. Mm-hmm. Yes. Great. Any tips on how to be less clueless about noticing when someone is flirting with you?
I think it's actually like just really hard to know because some people are really super flirtatious and they flirt with everyone. But the thing is, those people who are like that, they know that. It's not like they're just like out there just like flirting with people and then being like, oh my God, I can't believe this person thought I was hitting on them. Like they know what they're doing.
Right, that's true.
They know.
Yeah.
And so if you feel like someone's flirting with you, then, you know, they probably are. But like, I don't know. How do you tell if someone's flirting with you? You just kind of...
I think you say, are you flirting with me?
You feel it. You feel it in your bones, like Tia and Sarah.
I don't know. I don't think that I'm very good at telling when people are flirting with me. Because I either think nobody's flirting with me or everybody's flirting with me. You know, like depending on my mood that day. Carol, I'm sorry. I was trying not to sit like this because my skin is peeling from being, for overexposing myself to the sun. And I didn't want to get my dead skin cells all over your bed, but Reese, I've given up.
I think that...
Hi, Jess.
Well, what happens when you find it out? Because I think any conversation is like an exchange of energy and vibes, right?
Right.
So like you read another person in a certain way, no matter what kind of conversation it is, right? So it just kind of like progresses, and you sort of like push it in one direction or another. I don't know. I feel like it's like any conversation. You're figuring out together where it's going.
You could raise your eyebrows.
Yeah.
See if they respond.
That's your... You go like this?
Just go. I feel like being terrible at noticing people are flirting with you is a very lesbian thing.
Yeah. Right, yeah, because you don't know, because also girls are so, you know, away. With boys, it's more obvious when they're flirting with you. You know, with girls, it's harder to know, I think.
Right, but that's kind of the fun, right?
Yeah, that's the fun. It's so
like,
much
it's like
fun.
Well, I mean, it is kind
of
fun.
Fun. I don't know. There's a lot of questions that we get asked a lot that I am like perpetually unable to answer, and it's something that I've never really thought about in my own life. Like I've never thought like, how do I know if this person's flirting with me? Like I've just sort of figured like, I don't know, eventually things make themselves clear. Yeah. And if it's not clear, then it's probably not going anywhere anyway. So like think that just be consistent with the truth as it reveals itself.
This is what's beautiful about getting older. Is, you know, it's like, that was like wise advice. It was like advice where you've lived through this experience enough times to know. And I feel the same way. It's like it's gonna go somewhere or it's not. And if it doesn't, it wasn't gonna. So yeah, just be a person. Yeah, just be a human, live your life. And also, I don't know how you are, Reese, but I'm a big, like, go for it kind of person. Like, if I think somebody's flirting with me and maybe I feel like it's going somewhere, I'm going to take the plunge. Like, I'm just going to be like, so, are we going to make out? You know what I mean? Like, so, I'm also very impatient. So, if I'm into something and I think somebody might also be into that thing, I'm like, enough of this, come on.
I also feel like if someone is... Like, I can think of one situation where it seemed obvious to me and to everyone around me that they were flirting with me. And I feel like if they weren't and there was any awkwardness that resulted from that, that was their fault because they were acting like a flirt.
Okay.
So, you were there.
I was there. Oh, I was there. Yeah. That was a whole situation. Reese, you're in my life has drastically changed. So much of our life together was us partnered.
Yeah.
And like now I'm just like, oh my God, we have so many stories.
I know we do. We've really been through a lot.
We've really been out there living our lives.
Yeah. A lot has changed recently, you know?
Yes. Jess wants to know, if you were to use one book as a form of flagging, what would it be?
Bad Behavior by Mary Gaitskill.
This is a horrible companion to have for a question like this. I'm like, The Well of Loneliness.
Is it Arrows the Bittersweet?
Yeah. What book would I use? I don't even know.
Peter Rabbit.
I'm like, this is a book for parents of gay kids.
Goodnight Moon.
Yeah, Goodnight Moon.
Miss Piggy's Bulk Buy.
Is that your favorite queer book?
It's not necessarily queer. I think there's some queer characters in it. It's like a short story book, and it has like a lot of like kink in it, and a lot of like weirdos, like weird people that like have sex. So would you choose that book because you would want people to both know? I would want them to know that I'm weird. Right. I don't know what I would use. Or maybe it would be another Mary Gates. It would be a Mary Gaitskill book. Like the way that she writes about sex and about like human awkwardness, it really resonates with me. So like you feel like the question for of flagging for you is like, how do I represent myself? Yeah. To a potential prospective buyer. Yes. Yeah, prospective buyer. Yeah, because that's how it works now. You buy and sell like eggs. Right. So what's yours? The tipping point?
What's happening in getting in bed with Kristen today? Everybody's like, can we get a shout out? Can we get a birthday? I mean, I love it.
Liz! Oh my God!
Wow.
Jessica loves you so much.
Jessica loves you so much.
And we do too. We love Liz's.
Yeah, Liz is great.
Even the one who hasn't responded to my Slack messages.
I don't know what I would use as my form of flagging. I have to think about that.
The thesaurus?
What is that supposed to mean?
Oranges are not the only fruit.
No. I don't know. I have to think about it. I'll get back to you.
The Babysitters Club?
Yes, Babysitters Club. Okay, anonymous question.
Moby Dick.
I'm just gonna let her spin off.
Ruby Fruit Jungle, such a good book.
Babysitters Club. Babysitters Club. All right. Hey, Kristen. And Reese. I'm sure they meant and Reese.
What am I? Just a dog owner. Just here on the bed. Just here supplying the bed.
Happy birthday, JC.
Happy birthday, JC.
Okay, also we've got a great question in the feed. This is a great, you're all a great group. This is a great, the good humans are coming out for you, Reese. Oh, everybody's so chatty in here today. I love it. I love when people chat in the Facebook group. Okay.
What's the most depressing meal you've eaten? Oh God, yeah, where does one begin?
I know what mine is.
Yeah.
I think. Well, one of the most depressing meals I've ever eaten was when I was on tour with Everyone Is Gay, and I was really tired, and I was not having a good tour. It was very emotional, and I was upset. And then I got sick, and we were at a university where they like put us up in a hotel, but it was really like just like this weird building on campus that they had like 3 spare rooms at.
Right.
And I was fighting with Jenny. Everything was awful, and I was sick, and so I was like, and I had no food. And back in the day, Danielle and I used to travel with canned Amy's soups just in case, because sometimes you find yourself in the middle of the fucking country and there's nowhere to eat, and everything's closed and whatever. So you never know. And so that was one of these nights. So I took a bag of pretzels and an Amy's canned soup up to my room. They had no microwave, and I
ate cold canned soup.
I ate cold canned soup and pretzels, but I ate it in the bathroom while the hot shower was running because I was also trying to
Were you trying to heat the soup with the
No, I was trying to steam my chest. So I was talking to Jenny on the phone. I was eating cold soup, and the steam from the shower gathered on the ceiling and started raining on me, and I felt so sad.
I've had a lot of depressing meals.
Okay.
You know? Oh, who's calling me? No one. Obviously, like, one of my most depressing meals, which I've had more than once, which is, I, like, eat string cheese, like, just between 2 halves of a cashew.
Wow.
Just over and over. And I know, because I, like, don't have crackers.
Like chunks of a string cheese? How do you eat string cheese? You bite it, don't you?
No, I tear it.
You don't? Oh,
no, I would never bite it. Why would I do that?
I don't know. I think I just wanted to let myself down easy in case you did.
When Sarah and I were in Puerto Rico, we went on this trip that like was sponsored by Discover Puerto Rico, and it was incredible. And like they have amazing food in Puerto Rico. It's so good. And we went to all these incredible restaurants. And so like we were doing this photo shoot all day. We got back to the hotel like 10 o'clock. We were like, let's just get room service. And we kind of assumed like it'll probably be good. All the food we've had here so far has been good. And it was the worst. Like it's the worst meal I've ever had in my life. Like the potatoes were literally gray. Like I can't remember the specifics of the rest of it, but it was like there was nothing edible. And we'd asked for bread and they didn't bring us any bread. And so then we called and we're like, can we have bread? And they came back and it was like a roll that was literally like this big.
Was it hard?
It was barely like because I was thinking, well, how can you go wrong with a roll? You can't. And it was in a big dish. It was like one tiny roll, no butter, one tiny roll in this dish. It was so bad. And I felt like I was in, like, when you see, like, Restaurant Impossible or one of those shows, and the guy goes in, or, like, Guy's Kitchen, whatever, and he goes in as, like, the mystery diner and eats the food, and he's like, this is undercooked, and this food is gray. These potatoes are gray. I could hear Gordon Ramsay in my head, like, critiquing the whole meal, which was just, like, the grossest thing I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah.
And it was really sad, because I love room service.
Yeah. That's another thing. I think that has made meals depressing for me. Like when you're a person who like, you know, maybe doesn't have like a ton of money to like go out or like do something nice. Mm-hmm. And then you are like, I'm going to do a nice thing for myself. And you go to a place or whatever and you spend the money and it's shit. There's something like extra depressing about it because you're like, but this was my special thing.
Yeah. And we have been up since 4 a.m. And we were so tired and hungry. I mean, luckily, like, our whole trip was paid for by Discover Puerto Rico, so we didn't actually have to pay for that food ourselves. But no one should have had to pay for that food. It just never... I think I even wrote them a review on TripAdvisor, because I was so upset.
Right.
Have you ever seen Gray Potatoes?
Yes, I have, actually, and it's disturbing. I wanted to know, Kelly, that I know you peel string cheese. I would never, ever, ever bite into a string cheese. I just was panicked that my friendship might be ending with Reese. So I just wanted to like cut it off at the pass. You know?
Yeah, no.
Should I get ahead of it?
I'm not a monster.
Okay. These are some great questions. Let's answer an advice question, then we'll come back to the feed. Keep chatting in here. I love it. Love it. Can you do this for me when it's just me? This is nice. Okay, so my girlfriend and I haven't had sex in a while. There are multiple factors that have played into this: work, school, long distance, but it's been several months and I miss physical intimacy. How do I ask her for this in our relationship? I don't want to seem too demanding.
Say, hey, can we talk? I miss you and I miss being intimate with you and I really like having sex with you and we haven't done it in a while and I want to do it. So... do you want to do it?
That's great advice. I mean, yeah, you just have to talk about it. And I think the biggest piece of your question that I want to point out is you not wanting to seem too demanding. It's not demanding to say that you miss physical intimacy with your partner. No. At all. It's actually critical that you do say that. Because if you don't say that, then your relationship will slowly unravel and fall apart.
Yeah, the thing that makes relationships unravel, in my opinion, is like the unsaid things, right? The things, so that could be things you're lying about to your partner. It could be things that you're like actively sort of hiding, and like the more stuff there is between the two of you, like the harder the relationship is, you know. And I think that having something that you're really upset about, like you're upset that you're never having sex, like that's gonna put so much distance between you. And it's not demanding to, I mean, it's not like you're like pinning her to the bed, like you're just starting a conversation about it, you know. And that's not demanding, like, I mean, unless you're like asexual or otherwise like just not a sexual person, like that is a part of your relationship, and, and that's as important to talk about as all the other things, as about like, you know.
And I think it's hard
how often you make dinner together.
Yeah, I think it's hard to talk about for many of us because it's really vulnerable. Yeah. No matter how long you've been with somebody, it's really vulnerable to be like, I miss this thing, because you know you're opening yourself up to maybe finding out that like, what if they're not into that thing anymore, or what if they're like feeling distant? Like, you know, I think being afraid of like rocking the boat is very real in long-term relationships. But the fact of the matter is that you have needs and desires, and also probably really want to feel desired, and that's all really valid. And it's
and you deserve to feel desired by your partner. You know, that's really important. So. And intimacy is a very important part of a relationship. I think it's a form of communication.
Yeah, I agree. Okay, let's see here. There's some questions. JC's spouse bites spring cheese. If you could win a reality show, what show would you choose to win? I'd go with The Amazing Race.
The only reality shows I've ever seen
are Survivor.
I haven't. Well, I saw the first season of Survivor in like 2000, but I haven't seen it since then.
Same.
I saw one season of American Idol when, like, its first season.
I've watched a few American Idol seasons. Kelly Clarkson.
And then I have seen a lot of Restaurant Impossible and a lot of like guys Hell on Wheels, like the ones about making over restaurants or making over hotels. Those are the only ones that I like actively watch. But I don't really watch reality TV at all.
I don't either. I mean, I was just gonna say Survivor because it was the first thing that came to my mind.
That sounds like I would hate Survivor.
I would hate Survivor too.
First of all, camping.
But I feel like I would feel
room service.
Really accomplished, to win it. Because remember, we're going into this knowing we've won.
Could it be like a trivia? Like, does Jeopardy's not a reality show? It's a game show. I guess. I used to watch America's Next Top Model.
Ooh, good one.
I don't think I would win though. Let's be honest.
No, this is built
I think that I would do. I don't know. I don't know all the programs, but I think that whichever one I did, I'd probably lose.
Reese, it's built in that you're winning.
Oh.
Okay, let's see what else we got here. Yay, everybody's catching the feed for this time. Should we move getting in bed with Kristen?
America's Next Top Models when they're like, you want to be on top? You know? Mm-hmm. So that'd be fun.
Kelly just started dating an older woman, 9.5 years older, who has never dated women before. Any advice for me? I think just be honest and open about like whatever things you're going through.
Yeah, that's an interesting dynamic, but also not an unusual one. Like I know a few people who've had relationships like that where they dated someone way older, but it was that person's first time with a woman.
Right. You know? I mean, it's almost like, not that it like balances out the power stuff, but there's like a lot of opposite power things happening. You know, it sounds like she's older than you, but also is exploring a part of her identity for the first time.
Yeah,
and a part of your identity that it sounds like you've known for longer. So I don't know what my advice would be. Yeah, I mean, I think my advice would be similar to kind of relationship advice in the beginning of any new thing, which is like be honest, be open.
Yeah, and you have a lot to learn. Like, age difference relationships, like you have a lot to learn from each other on both ends, you know what I mean? And I think it can be, I've been on both sides of that, where I've been with someone who's 9 years older than me, and I've been with someone where I was 9 years older than them, and I feel like there's there is always the kind of conflict of like, I know how to do life better than you from the older person.
Yeah.
But it's probably true, to be honest.
That the 9.5 years older person knows how to do life better. In some ways, but not in, like, you know, like, there's a lot of things that it seems like you can bring to the table as well in the relationship. So.
Yeah, and I think just, like, being honest about where you are, because people at different ages have different expectations and wants, you know what I mean? And I think also probably, like, watch My So-Called Life. Because maybe she wants to talk about it and will be upset that you've never seen it because you're too young.
That's cute. Like, do things... cross-generationally.
Yeah, like I have been exposed, for example, The Notebook, a film that was not a thing in my generation, and I had a younger girlfriend who made me watch it, which is great. The girlfriend, and I already owned it because my ex had left it in our house when she left. So it's like very, very big amongst the youths, and I hadn't, you know.
Yeah.
And then I tried to make her watch My So-Called Life. Mixed results. We're not together anymore. So.
Yeah, for that reason alone. Can't you not?
No.
Okay. Bye, Jess. Lisa wants to know how bad your tattoo hurt.
This one or this one?
The upper arm one or the wrist one, Lisa?
So this one is scarred from, I recently had a burn. But
wow, everybody like is really into me moving the time of getting in bed with Kristen to Fridays at 5.
Which tattoo?
Well, I'm not at the bottom yet.
TBD.
TBD. Let's see. This is an interesting question.
Is there a reality show? I want to be on the one where they teach you how to dance.
So you think you can dance?
So you think you can't dance?
So you think you can't dance was a workshop taught by Sarah Sarwar at A Camp, I think.
I know, I named it.
Elbow.
I want to be on that one where like a hot famous person teaches me how to dance. And then I win because I'm the best. I'll become the best dancer.
I want to do that too.
I like actually do want to do that. Elbow, this one.
Yeah. That's where mine is.
I have to be honest with you that I passed out afterwards.
Mine didn't hurt at all.
Yeah, it didn't hurt. I mean, I have a very high pain tolerance. Mm-hmm. Like, it hurt, but it wasn't like the end of the world hurt. It was right after a very rough A camp, and it was our last camp that we had at the site in Angeles Oaks, and they had terrible food, right? So you come out, and I would come, and I'm already very thin, so like coming out of that camp, like I was like skeletal and very weak, and also very tired. You know, there'd been a lot of alcohol in my body and not a lot of food, and so it was like literally the day we drove back, or the day that we got back, that my ex was like, let's go get tattoos. And I guess that like after they finished it, I just remember feeling like faint, and then apparently I like my eyes freaked out, and like I was like whatever. I woke up and they were like standing over me, and then I had to drink a Mountain Dew and lie down. But the guy was like, most people pass out during the tattoo, and then it's hard to finish. And like, at least you sat through the whole thing, and I was like, you're welcome. But I was also like really glad that my ex had to think for a moment about what would happen if I died. You know, I thought maybe that would make them be nicer to me from that point forward.
I gotta go. Okay, so, but Lisa, this is not a super painful place, I don't think, to get a tattoo. Also, these are both tattoos from our exes, is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Dangerous place for a tattoo. Okay, so,
But every tattoo I have, I've gotten with someone I was dating.
Wow.
I only have 3. Not 3 exes, 3 tattoos.
Do you want to talk about strap-ons or emotional infidelity first? Reese, you need a decision. Reese. Strap-ons or emotional? We're doing both. I'm just asking you for which order we're doing them in.
Oh. Let's do strap-ons.
Okay. Which is also the answer to this question.
My partner is super uninterested in trying a strap-on, but I really like to try. Don't know how to have that conversation. Any advice? Well, why are they uninterested?
Yeah, it sounds like you've already had some of the conversation. Or are you just assuming that they're uninterested because they haven't brought it up? Because that's not correct.
Right.
I think that trying new things in any kind of sexual relationship is really fun and rad, and as long as there's not like a specific reason why your partner is like, I absolutely do not want to do this, then I think you just say like, I want to try this thing. Can we try it? Right?
Yeah, and I guess find out what about it they're interested in. Like maybe they think it's gonna. I mean, I don't know what end of the strap-on they would be on, or both, or whatever. Yeah, just figure out what it is that they have hesitations around, and maybe try to figure out a way that you could use it that would be interesting to both of you. I always feel like it's fun to just be game for something. I mean, strap-ons are a pretty expensive investment, but like, I don't know. I feel like with most people I've had sex with, like, there's very little I won't be like, okay, I'll try. Like,
I don't think that strap-ons... I think that strap-ons are an investment once you're like, I would like to have a strap-on. I think you can, like... I remember there being, like, this... God, what was it called? It was called, like, the Bend-Over Beginner Kit. Do you know what I'm talking about? Yeah. It's, like... I feel like a lot of people know it. It was, like, the... But it was cheap. Because it was, like, fabric and, like, purple and...
Yeah.
Why are they always purple?
But you really deserve a good strap-on.
You do, but I think that, like, if you don't know that it's something that you want to use or try or whatever, that, like, start with the cheap. Know that it's cheap, but then, you know, then if you are into it, then you can invest more money.
I also want to say that some people are talking about how the Wisconsin camp, the food at the Wisconsin camp, the camp I was referring to was in California at Alpine.
Okay.
The Wisconsin camp food
still wasn't good.
Was another story, but some people liked it, so.
Yeah. It was the first camp with a reliable amount of cheese.
Yeah.
Well, the food at fucking Ojai camp is
my God.
Bananas. Or maybe I should say oranges.
Or raspberries.
Or avocados.
Wow, we were so good at saying that together. Much better than we have been trying to say to L and back together.
God. Oh, I forgot all about incorporating the L word into our advice. Strap-on advice. When you pack it in your suitcase, don't get embarrassed.
Yeah, Dana and Alice loved it. Shane, lots of strap-ons to the L Word. Watch the L Word. Listen to our podcast, and then be like, "Oh, look at that person's." But as Gwen talked to us about how they were like, the network was very hesitant to have strap-ons.
Right.
On the show, I think it wasn't until season 2 that they were able to actually do it.
That's the real fucking shit. Like that's the stuff I love hearing about. Yeah. Like the network being like, you know, like on
dildos.
Yeah, like on Buffy.
Absolutely not.
Like on Buffy, like that they couldn't. You know, that they were like, the network was so upset about Willow and Tara. And then Joss is like, fine, here's a fucking episode where the straight people have sex for the whole fucking episode. Fuck you. Like, I love those stories. Like, the behind-the-scenes stuff. All right. There's so many... This is the best. Okay, we did strap-ons, so now we're going to do emotional infidelity. As you do. How do you learn to trust your partner again after there's been emotional infidelity?
What is emotional infidelity?
Yeah, that's actually a great question. I think the whole time I've been reading it like cheating, but I mean, like just physical cheating. But I guess emotional infidelity must mean that maybe nothing physically happened, but that there was like an emotional affair.
Yeah, they wanted to have it. how do you ever learn to trust someone again?
Well, now we're just going down a rabbit hole. But I think here's what I think. I think that it's very normal to have feelings for other people inside of monogamous relationships. I'm assuming that. Well, I guess I can't assume that, but like inside of relationships where you want there to be openness and honesty, a lot of times there is not about having feelings because we think we're not supposed to.
Yeah.
And I think that the first really big step that so many of us could take within our relationships is to have an understanding that somebody can remain within the bounds of your relationship and still have feelings for other people.
Yeah.
And I think that this is such a broad question.
Yeah.
So it's hard to answer, but like it sounds like you want to trust this person again and that this person wants to be trusted again. It sounds like there's a desire on both ends to mend something that got a little broken.
Yeah.
And I think that, trying to have room and understanding for what was happening in their process, like why they felt they couldn't talk to you about it, what can make them feel in the future that they can talk to you about it.
Yeah.
And then of course them having room for your experience and your feelings is probably the first step.
Yeah.
And like time. It just like it takes time for stuff like
time
that.
and communication. Like I had somebody do that, and I feel like I'm not like a very clingy or like possessive person, so I wasn't even like, I don't want you to see her anymore or whatever. Like I was just sort of like, okay, like I just want, like if you are with her, I would like you to like check in with me.
Yes.
Or like I and she was really good about making a lot of space for those feelings, you know, like she felt bad. And also, we had to talk about, like, what was she not getting from me? And I know that, like, I'm not, like, blaming the victim, but, there were some things that I wasn't. Usually those things do lead to some, revelation of, like, what's happening in the relationship that might not be working. And then it was a lot of communication. And also, like, that she made space for me to continue to be upset about it at very random times, you know? And I think ultimately it made us stronger, but not everyone is that emotionally open. Like, sometimes someone breaks your trust, and that's kind of the end of the road.
And that's the thing is like,
although we've come
to the end of the road, no, we can't let go. It's so natural. You belong to me. I belong to you.
Girl.
Yep. This is the first concert I ever saw.
Oh, yeah?
It was Boyz II Men.
Yeah. Mine was Crash Test Dummies.
Oh, wow.
No, it wasn't.
It was
probably Queen Latifah.
Wow.
Earth Day concert.
The first CD I ever had was Salt and Pepper.
The first CD I ever had was Boyz II Men, Cooley High Harmony.
Wow.
Damn. Killing it.
What's the title of this show? Two old ladies in a bed.
Two ladies who love Boyz II Men and Angela Chase.
Okay, so Reese, it's almost time to be done
okay.
with this episode. Should we talk about our podcast a little bit? You should listen to it. I'm excited about it. It's been pretty great so far.
Yeah, we've done one entire episode.
One great episode.
We've recorded like 4 basically.
Oh yeah, because of the interview.
Yeah, the interview, which will have to be its own episode because we talked a lot.
We talked a lot.
A lot.
I'm having a great time with the L Word.
Yeah.
This round.
Me too. I'm excited.
My second time through.
Yeah.
And you should listen to it. And if you haven't watched the L Word, you should watch it because we all had to.
Yeah, and you should watch it on DVD.
Yeah. Advice and singing. Is it recent Haviland circa 2009? Did you sing?
I did not sing. Haviland was the singer.
Right.
And we gave advice, and then Haviland would start singing, and it would be great because she's a singer.
I gave advice.
Yeah.
On videos.
Yeah, I know. It was, when you guys first started, I was like, wow, kind of reminds me of someone.
I didn't sing. We didn't sing. We lip synced.
Well, yeah, Haviland sang. I honestly, like, Haviland and I were before our time. It
was like this dawn of YouTube.
It wasn't even. It was like no one. There was not a lot out there, Whereas now, I feel like who knows?
There's a lot.
We could have really been contenders.
Yeah.
But instead,
you want to get the band back together?
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know that. But also, I'm not like a video person.
I don't know. You're doing pretty great right now.
Am I?
I think so. All right. Well, do we have anything else? Do you have anything you want to tell them about autostraddle.com? Any news? Any updates? Any hot tips?
Yeah. Give us money.
A+. Become an A+ member.
And
everyone's
we're doing this Outsiders issue sponsored by REI, which we're really excited about.
That's awesome.
Yeah, we have another big campaign coming up too that we're also excited about. So like things, I'm hopeful for the future. Yeah, great website.
It's a great website.
It's a great website. Like,
the best.
Oh my god, such a good website. You're starting to look at it and I'm like, oh my god, especially on Carol Straddle Day.
Yeah. Okay. Yes, I'm glad. So let's all say goodbye. Carol, do you want to sing any Boys to Men as we go? And now we go to the carol, 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 and you carol, carol, carol. You just carol, care. You just carol,
yes.
care.
Does it?
Does what?
Subscribing to the podcast. Listening to the podcast helps us. Listening. If we get enough downloads, we can start having ads, and everyone loves ads.
It's true. Join me in 2 weeks in my bed. Perhaps we'll change the time or the day, since apparently everybody loves a Friday.
Won't you be so sad without me?
I'm going to be very sad, yes.
And without Carol.
Yes, but you'll at least have maybe Sam and Gus back when I come back again. So yeah, follow autostraddle.com. Follow me.
Yeah, follow Kristen online.
Kristen Noeline. Noeline.
Also, I have a question.
Yeah.
Do you think that this shirt is too see-through to wear to Whole Foods? Because I kind of want a bagel.
But you are wearing a bra underneath it.
Right, but still.
No.
What do you guys think?
No.
I got one thumbs up.
It's a delayed response.
Okay. Well, I got one thumbs up. That's all.
That's all you needed? Okay,
yeah,
great.
I just want a bagel.
On that note, Reese and I are going to go to Whole Foods.
Yeah.
Reese in a see-through shirt. Me in a strapless bra that barely holds my boobs.
Yeah. And I'm wearing shorts because we have had to have the AC off forever because we were recording the podcast. Now we're doing this.
Yeah.
And so we're just boiling.
We talked for so long that my joke about going to whole boobs it's too late. Okay, bye.
Thank you. Oh, thank you. I wonder who told me that. Maybe Lynn.